Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome to the channel and to the reading. We're going to start this reading with a message from your guides through this beautiful oracle. Let's see what energy presents itself to begin your reading, what you are connecting with, and what message is currently available for you to receive right now. Well, strength. We are being accompanied by the number 19, which is a very interesting number because it speaks to us of changes. In numerology, it is the number 10, which means it is the wheel of fortune. And the sign of Virgo would in some way be related to you or related to that person from a place also to provide you with a certain strength in a situation. But the strength that this energy gives you places you in what could be, or with the strength or the power that you would have to have regarding what you are carrying out. In fact, you are finding greater strength. You are finding a positive energy of connection. And this could even come hand in hand with an invitation that generates that impulse for you. Knowing that if you can, take this initiative with this positive energy, you could be connecting with wealth. You could be connecting with fortune. It also speaks of what could be a new path that presents itself. You will be in connection with important people for you. That comes hand in hand with what are friendships that are going to be activated. And it is possible that you spend time with those people with whom you are identifying yourself. I like it because situations will occur in which the idea of sharing will be fundamental. The idea of receiving from the other, but also that you share something for the other. And that connects us with what is an important bond. You also transmit something. You can transmit teachings, something that you know, and that is of value to other people. It tells us that you should avoid secluding yourself, that they are precisely inviting you to be in contact with the other, because your presence is also very important in certain bonds, in certain close circles. Let's see what the angels tell us. You already know that these readings are always generalized. If you want to address your specific case, you can have a personal consultation with me, and the schedule for that consultation is done on the website. Here you always see the address, and you have a pinned comment on your sign that takes you directly to the page. Let's see what the angels let us see. Sagittarius. Well, connections. Wow, this is quite intense. Connections. This card, the very first card, was speaking to you a little bit about what it means to have the necessary strength to move forward when you are faced with some kind of new proposal, right? It really is all about having that inner power to take the next step. It is truly fascinating to see how these energies are aligning for you at this particular moment. And what a coincidence that the Two of Wands comes out, which is precisely the strength and the impulse that another person may be giving you to project something that comes hand in hand with a very promising future with what you do with that person. In fact, you are going to be talking with this person, you are going to be planning this matter, and you are going to feel that collaboration, and you are going to feel that affinity. And surely if you launch yourself with this strength in that direction, on this path, with that decision, with that person, you will see effective progress in a very short time. A beautiful card, which is the Nine of Cups card, that connects you with desire, it connects you with a dream, it connects you with happiness. This could come hand in hand with a person of interest. I mean, there is the Lover's card. And that is why they ask you to open yourself up. That is why they ask you to also be mindful of being accommodating with the other person. And someone is also going to be accommodating with you in love because you have the Lover's card. When the lovers appear, relationships take center stage, meaning they play a very significant role. We are talking about emotional bonds, romantic partnerships, and those connections that really move you and stir your heart. And you are conveniently choosing to be with that person, and that person will do the same. If you are currently alone, it is so important to understand that going out, that showing yourself socially, that interacting with people who have your same intentions, tastes, or conveniences invites you to go out with that strength. It is because you will be connecting with someone who catches your attention. And that it is obviously a person who is on your path to connect from what is an emotional place. And you will be in a very short time seeing yourself projecting something into the future with this person. That is why it is very intrinsic to what could be a request of yours, right? If you do not want to be alone anymore, if you want to connect with someone and you have intended it, the law of attraction is bringing an ideal person according to your intentions. And the same if you are intending to be with that person that you love and be able to conveniently decide on a very promising future between both of you. But also the Lover's card, in terms of what can be decisions or choices regarding something very convenient, comes hand in hand with this situation that you're going to be evaluating and choosing something that motivates you a lot, that you like. And that it is also very likely that with the person you are deciding that with, they have the same intention of progress. I see that these are going to be days to choose, first of all, from the heart and from intention, with a lot of strength. Convince yourselves that you are going to achieve that which you've proposed and that you are really very close to your desire. Well, cooperation, collaboration, being with other people. The team tells us the same thing again. I see progress and activation of wealth. And here there is a card that is telling us about a feeling reciprocated with someone. I mean, someone wants to go all in for this love. Someone wants to occupy a very important place in your lives. Someone wants to demonstrate their sensitivity, their affection, their love, their passion, because the lover's card is there. You may be waiting for that person, waiting for that decision, waiting for that person to fulfill what they are promising, or seeing fulfilled what they have promised, and that is a desire. And here it is reaffirming to us that that person is sure of what they feel, and soon they will be, well, communicating it to you or showing it to you. Either way, there is someone here who is valuing you, who is also placing you in an important place in their life. So everything that you are going to do, as the first card told you, your reading never ceases to surprise me with these people who value you, who appreciate you, and who are necessary for you. And you, for those people, will also be fundamental in these days for you. You have support, you have sincere advice, you have friendships that are truly trustworthy, and you also have people, or one person specifically, who is supporting you unconditionally in everything that you want to be. If you need emotional encouragement, if you need strength, that person will be there with you. But if we go to an emotional context, surely the person also conveniently wants to build a solid relationship in emotions and in progress towards the future. There you have a Three of Pentacles. I like that you have the Three of Pentacles because the Three of Pentacles materializes what is a change for you in expansion at work. And you will see that in a long-term development because you can be intervening here in a situation that they may be offering you to do something important, right? You will evaluate that because it will be something that gives you a reward, that gives you a retribution, or you will be receiving a return from someone to whom you did a good job. And that obviously places you in a place of focus to continue growing in what you are developing yourself. That is why this is fundamental, to understand that here you have to put all that strength, that knowledge, that dedication, and that collaboration, because here it will be evaluated for something else. As you branch out further and continue to improve yourself, you will become more highly qualified. This growth will naturally allow you to demand more for your work, ensuring that your efforts are recognized and compensated at the higher level you truly deserve. It is a moment to learn something if it interests you. It is a good moment to connect with the production of your work and know that if you continue on the same line, you will soon be having more retributions. One must be well gripped to what is this wealth and this fortune. And I told you that with the first card in the first line of the reading, because this connects you directly with the earth, this card. And the earth connects us with what is productivity, with what is the root, with what is expansion. And here these cards make sense of that. Let's see a few more cards. Well, here I have up to the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the 8 of Wands card. There is a lot of movement in these days, movement of communication, movement of situations that are going to unlock just like that. And it will seem that life surprises you, but you are really procuring all of this because you are dedicating yourself to what really matters to you, or you are putting things in order. So by putting things in order and stopping from carrying situations, responsibilities, or issues that were like delaying and limiting you, you see that the energy dissipates, you see that the energy clears up, and that makes it possible for an event to call all your attention, or several. At events precipitate at full speed, and each of them will bring you something that feels like fortune, feels like progress, and feels like opportunity. It can also come accompanied by a person that love at first sight, that person who excites you, who you like, whom you want to get to know, and that person also feels very attractive. I already told you, it is a moment where you are going to receive an invitation that really accompanies what are emotions of happiness. It is an invitation to connect with love. It is an invitation to connect with something that makes sense to you, or an issue that you might like too much, that might make you feel very good. And above all, also good news, because it is next to the 8 of Wands. So the good news that comes hand in hand with a person who matters to you are here, or the good news that comes from something that really makes sense to you to change your reality at this moment. It could be that they are communicating something to you that has to do with a situation that gladdens your life from a relational place as well, from a friendship, from a relative, from a child, because it is quite connected with what is your environment, your close environment. Beyond the fact that you begin to delegate, to ask for help, to give each person what corresponds to each one, right? Do not think that by doing that and starting to establish certain limits, you are going to lose relationships or you are going to lose some type of important bond. Quite the opposite, because all of this accompanies you so that you can fulfill your dreams, not postpone them anymore. Because there was the 9 of Cups card. What happens if you had been carrying all of this that felt like a limitation? What happened was that obviously your projects were being delayed. You were, in a way, fractioning yourself and even energetically to well, attend to the needs of other people, take care of things for other people, and your own things were being left in last place. That is why here it tells me that once you react with that, you begin to notice the growth that was stopped. You began to recover your strength because until now you may have felt weakened or lacking like willpower, and that made you see that you are not up to the task of this. Quite the opposite, because you have many aptitudes for this that is requested here, which is the call to build something big and important that expands you in growth. It could be that this news comes hand in hand with a hiring, that what is a project with other people is consolidated, that you enter to work in some place important to you. And that also has to do with the progress that you have been manifesting for some time. If you prepared yourself to be in this place, you are going to be in charge of something and you are, well, demonstrating that you're qualified and have knowledge, skills for whatever they entrust you to do. It tells me that you may also be receiving what is some very interesting news that makes you feel very, very good in these circumstances because you are seeing that you are achieving so much. You understand it as a sign because the Nine of Cups is there, a sign because that which you had worked so hard for, that which you needed to materialize in your life is being consolidated and allows you to continue forward with much hope, with much happiness and greater tranquility. So I feel that everything that you're going to take from here on out, you are also going to have to realize that you are with all the necessary strength to take charge and already begin to be thankful for a good result from all of this. Because you are also entering a phase where if we are talking about a romantic relationship, it tells me that it is a moment where you begin to unify or to feel the relationship more solid in trust because there is a King of Cups. If we were coming from a time where things had been delayed a little with that person, because there is a 10 of Wands, then that point has arrived where you and that person feel that sure desire to build a committed, shared relationship. They have everything necessary to make this work. This is true even if there was some financial detail that was preventing you or that person from being able to solidify the bond in some way. There is also a feeling that things are being ordered in the life of that person who is completely linked to you. So it could also be that that is very nice news for you. For example, that that person has gotten a job, that the person has changed their economic reality because there are quite a few issues that mark what are changes in the management of money. Changes that are going to benefit you a lot personally, but also you are so linked to another person that that person also, if they receive good news, it impacts you. You saw that I told you that the lovers could tell us about a new person, and the Ace of Cups came out there, which I hadn't told you. And the Ace of Cups is the announcement of a person also who arrives in your lives with the intention to love, to recognize a feeling toward you, and a serious feeling that fulfills you with happiness. And that also feels sincere from day one, because you already feel like you have known that person your whole life. Because the King of Cups is there. The feeling is serious, it is reciprocated, and it is something about which you are going to feel really good with that person and making future plans with that person. I already told you. Let's see what the angels tell us. I am the angel that announces to you the arrival of extraordinary opportunities for you. I ask you to open your arms and breathe deeply because it is time to say yes. Accept the change, and I give you the gift of clarity and harmony. That is what the angels send you. Impressive reading. I have loved it, Sagittarius. And I ask you to trust so that this happens.